my name and where do I live. It's John in Linwood, New Jersey. We were having difficulty with moisture buildup in the house. We had moisture building up in the attic on the nail heads, on the nails that were in the attic. In trying to research why this was going on, we came across the concept of moisture in the entire house. And that led me to companies that deal with such circumstances. Why did I choose Dry Guys? Well, it was research. It was talking to a variety of people who had opinions about this. And then it was a pretty active search on the internet. First, Googling my problem, and then keep referencing until I came with Dry Guys. It was a curious situation because I hadn't thought that the problem was resulting from the basement. I thought it was an isolated attic problem. So it turned out to be a good choice. Did I find the website informative? It was. I like to learn about situations, whether it's my home or just in general, and I found it very, very informative. When I began the process, I was very impressed in that I received a booklet, I think the Crawl Space Science booklet, and that was fantastic. That was like a primer on everything I needed to know about the house. So that really was a very motivating factor in continuing the process with Dry Guys. Experience with the staff, it really was really good, and I say that in a very pleasant way because you call subcontractors and you call craftspeople and you don't get a call back, or they come once and they don't come again, or they don't follow up with any information. And none of that was true with Dry Guys. From the initial call to Ray coming here, we probably spent 2 hours together, 2.5 hours together. And he was everywhere. He was crawling on his belly in the crawl space, and we were talking, and he was educating me along the whole process. It was very, very informative, never pushy, never, well, here's where you sign, which I liked. And we discussed options, and we followed that up then with, I think it was Ellie in the office, always answered my calls. Always had an answer. If she didn't know the answer right away, it was, I'll get back to you. And then Jason and the crew that actually did the installation, everyone was very professional and very courteous. When Jason was here, I had some cinder blocks pieces that were in the crawl space that were actually holding up some water pipes. And Jason took it upon himself to strap those pipes to the joists underneath and to remove quite a bit of debris that was under there to make the crawl space actually look a lot like the photos in the booklet. And I didn't ask him to do that, and he did it, and it was more work, no additional costs, and I thought that was a very professional, very caring gesture. We had the clean space cover put on, and that went on the ground and up the sides. And then we had the silver glow insulation that went above the rim joists. Have I noticed any differences? Yes. My wife has noticed it. My wife is, a very sensitive person with regard to the environment in the house. And about a week later, we've noticed that the floors, the first floor floors, were warmer than they were before. A lot of the moisture buildup on the windows on the second floor had started to subside, which is great. That was a problem. And that the overall temperature in the house was more even, more controlled. So we have seen it. We have seen a change.